Morning. I hope you had a great weekend. Got outside, did something fun. Because of course it did snow on Thursday. It was kind of cold, so I guess I kind of stayed indoors. Um, so I think we're gonna finish up as much as we can with this project this week, so that next week we can start. Of course, you guys start a new. I think you guys start a new quarter today, don't you? Well, sometimes I forget that schools aren't different because we start a new quarter here at the center next Monday. So we'll just go with starting something new on next Monday. But we'll finish this up, and then maybe in the future, if this works into another class, we'll continue on. It's kind of nice when you have like the tough part done. Yeah, the tough part. But at the same time, this is kind of the fun part. But the rest of it is really fun too, because you actually get to fill out loan applications. Unless you want to continue with this, I don't mind. I like this project. It's one of my favorite types of projects to do. So we'll continue with that. I will also, side note, is I think we're on day 4 of the game, so you'll get that. I do hope that you roll before you look at the sheet, so you don't try to manipulate the dice to get the number you want. So roll, then look at the die, then look at the sheet. But I guess I'll never know. But anyways, so today, inventory. We're gonna move on from inventory. If you're not quite done, honestly, I'm gonna say I haven't looked at it. It looks good. I did ask a couple people about it because they saw and I was explaining what you guys were doing. Because a kid that took the class last year, I was showing them, what you guys were working on compared to what they did. A couple of the kids asked, do you really need a header cart for each header? I understand why you're doing it, because when you're going down the road. No, because some of them are soybeans, some of them corn, so you're not going to use all of them at one time. The kids were wondering if you really need a header cart for all the headers. And it's totally up to you. I mean, they're compared to the rest, they're kind of cheap. I mean, they're still $7,500, but the kids were wondering if you could just get away with 4 carts instead of 8. I think you have 8 carts if I looked at that. So, but yeah. But anyways, I have a couple students told me to go drive around because there's a farmer putting up, and maybe you guys have them, not sure, a million bushel bin. A million bushel. They're putting up a million bushel grain bins. So I went and looked at them. A farmer around here. So just to see how big. Kind of helps me put how big stuff is when I want to make changes to this game. Like, ooh, maybe I should add in a million bushel grain bin. So I might do that. We'll see once, but I mean, the crops that we have, you wouldn't even fill one very much. So I don't know, unless I switch the whole game up and like you always just grow one crop. Not sure. We'll figure it out. The game changes. I know I had a friend come visit on Friday night, and he thought that honeybees needs to be introduced into the game because I don't have any honeybees in there. And think about it, North Dakota produces the most honey out of all 50 states. So that's one production area. We're number 1 in, of several, of course. So one of my goals has been for the longest time as a teacher is to start honeybees. So I think this spring I'm going to buy a starter kit and then find a spot to put some honeybees. Be kind of fun. But anyways, back to the game. So the next part out there, we need to find some startup money, because this is, as any starting up any business, it's the bank the bank likes to see that you have found some funds to help support your business. So still working on that John Deere thing, because I seriously think we can like make that stretch into a sponsorship or a partnership, since we do have some John Deere equipment. So I'm looking into that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link some web pages. This is one right here, where you need to go out and look to see if you can find some grants. I would look for grants, not loans, because you're already getting a loan from the bank. So don't look for a loan where you have to pay back other people. Also, look for grants. So grants are, you get the money, but you don't have to pay it back. But you have to meet the requirements of the grant. So this is one that I have looking for. This one, there's a lot in here, but I do want you to read. For example, some of them won't fit to you because, you know, we're not in Minnesota. You're doing yours kind of in South Dakota because that's where the two farms are. But Extension Risk Management Education Grant. Well, if you look here, that North Central, well, where the farm is located is North Central. That works. I kind of read in here. I'm stretching it, but it works. So you're going to include, for example, this Extension Risk Management Education Grant. It does apply if you're looking. Proposed programs should address the following areas, like areas of risk: production, marketing, financial, legal, or human. You kind of fit that, okay? The max amount requested is $50,000. So that's $50,000 that you guys can get. So what I want you to do is put the grant name, Extension Risk Management Education Grant, and then put how much that grant will help you with. That's $50,000. But meanwhile, the second request application, the second one, because you can request more, risk management education to agriculture producers underserved, but I believe this one also fits. So you could put down the $100,000. So that grant gets you $150,000. That helps. Do not worry about deadlines. That's not important in here, okay? So what I want you to do is go through here. For example, this Minnesota one does not work. This one right here does not work because these are high schooler students. You do have to read in there. Okay. This one popped up. Because this is the Regional Conservation Partnership Program. The NRCS will award up blah blah. That's total amount. You don't get that. To locally driven public-private partnership that improves the nation's water quality, combat drought, enhances soil health, supports wildlife, protects agriculture viability, partners from private industry, So I think this one, water districts and universities, among others, may request $250 and $10 million to. Does it work? If somehow when we're filling this out that, you know, we are going to do stuff to support soil health, okay, I think it's going to work. I think you could apply for, you could read how much you can actually apply for, but it looks like anywhere between $250,000 to $10 million. I think we could stretch it. It would work. That's what we've done in the past. If it has this much potential, if it's 10%, it could work. 10%, it works. It works. All right. So you're gonna go. I'm gonna have this one. Here's one. Of course, this one. We don't have any animals. If we had animals, that one would work, but it's not very. See, like for example, we don't live in the Northeast, so this does not work for us. Okay, here's one that we're North Central. So again, I read this one, And I'm just reading this part right here, and I'm stretching it to see if it works. It works. This one probably works for you guys, the North Central Region SARS Farmer Rancher Grant Program. Okay, that one will work. For example, this, we don't live in the South. We're not from Montana. So, not Minnesota. So, coronavirus food assistance, you can see if that works in there. But, what's this? Farm to school grant, you can see if it works in there. You know, granted, you are a school. Can somehow you make it work? Looks like you can get some good money in there. So I will link this one. I will also link this one. So here, you're going to look down in here. One of these, you're going to look down in here. You would click on the red to see if it works. Again, you're looking for grants. That's what you want. You want as much money. Granted, in our scenario, you are extremely wealthy, so you will personally put some money into it. You know, for example, I think last year, the one group, each person put $250,000 of their personal money in because you're wealthy. Remember, you're multimillionaires in this scenario. Okay, so keep that in mind. So I'll link this one. So you're gonna look here again. You're gonna just click on the red to see. Remember, try to find as much money as possible so that it works. And I think I have one more. Like here's beginner farmer. Since you guys are beginning farmers. Let's see if this came up yesterday when I did this. So go ahead here. This one has quite a bit. See, this one ranges from 50,000 to 200,000. So it works. So you could potentially have quite a bit of money in your. So I will link these and then link the game for today. So your goal is to try to find as much free money as possible. Remember, you want grants, not loans. So keep that in mind. So again, you're gonna put the grant name and how much they're going to be rewarded. And I always tell kids, do the max. Except for that one that says anywhere from 250,000 to 10 million. I mean, I guess if you can get the 10 million, I would really look into that one. Because honestly, like in the future, if we went to the banker usually checks the startup money, never questions it, but I think he's gonna question who's giving us $10 million. He might question that one. So, but anyways, so that's what I want you to do today is find some grant money and put in there. Otherwise, have a great day.